I reincarnated and the first thing I did was smash my husband's legs with a hammer, then reset his bones to make him taller. I was an orthopedic specialist. In my previous life, my husband begged me to perform a bone-breaking height increase surgery for his bodybuilding competition, but I feared he would suffer permanent damage, so I refused without hesitation. On the day of the competition, although he was handsome, he was eliminated because of his height. After the event, he learned that the competition was secretly held to choose a husband for a wealthy heiress. The winner would receive millions and win the heiress's favor. He hated me for ruining his chance to marry into wealth. In anger, he drove the car into a crash with me, trying to die together. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the day he begged me for the surgery, facing the husband threatening to die if I refused. I agreed without hesitation. He was thrilled, and secretly vowed to divorce me once he won the championship. But he did not know. The real person choosing a husband was not the heiress, but her 70-year-old mother. I discovered this secret in my previous life, which was why I refused to operate, but all I got in return was his revenge. This life, I would watch him walk into hell step by step. He then rushed to tell my in-laws the good news. Seeing how they blamed me, I knew they already knew about his plan to marry into wealth, so I decided to help them. I arranged his surgery the same day, but using anesthesia as an excuse for slower recovery, I insisted on performing the surgery without pain relief. He agreed through gritted teeth. One then brought the biggest hammer in the hospital and smashed his legs hard. With a scream, he passed out instantly. When he woke up, he was back in the ward. Seeing his visibly longer legs, he burst into tears of joy and urged his parents to get a height measuring tool. He was amazed at my skill. I made him 10 centimeters taller in half a day. But before he could celebrate, agonizing pain shot through his legs. I explained quickly that the surgery caused severe trauma, and he needed at least a month to recover. He angrily demanded if I did it on purpose, because the competition was approaching, and he could not wait a month. So I suggested installing a special stabilizer, but the device had huge side effects. Every step would bring unbearable pain. He hesitated. Then the committee called, urging him to arrive immediately, to compete as soon as possible, ignoring my warning. He installed the stabilizer. Meanwhile, the bodybuilding competition had begun. Just as the host prepared to announce his withdrawal, my husband ran into the venue at full speed. His handsome appearance quickly appeared on the monitors. Following the rules, the host declared he would be eliminated for being late. But unexpectedly, the heiress stood up and chose him. Just like that, he won the championship after the event. The heiress called him backstage. Before she could speak, he declared eagerly that he was willing to marry into her family. She immediately arranged their wedding for 3 days later. 3 days passed in a flash. My husband and his family arrived in formal attire. Guests looked at him with sympathy, unable to understand why he agreed to marry an old woman, just as he thought his dream was coming true. I suddenly appeared at the wedding, claiming I came to witness his happiness. With my instigation, the guests urged him to pick up the bride. He had no choice but to lead. Everyone to the dressing room. Got inside the dressing room. The heiress's mother was already waiting, hearing he would pick her up himself. She praised her daughter's efficiency. My husband arrived at the door, but just as he was about to open it, I stopped him, telling him to think carefully. Once he opened the door, there would be no turning back. He assumed I was jealous.